Hello, hello. Let's play a little more Balatro. At the risk of jinxing myself, having gotten another win in the last session, you know what I'd really love to do here is get an early win and try to see if we can get 2 wins in one recorded session. I've probably now jinxed that, and this will probably be a very fruitless run through the game, but those are the risks you take. You can't stop me, you can only hope to contain me. So let's see what we want to try first. So we have a win with the red deck, we have a win with the blue, and a win with the yellow, and a win with the green now. What have we not won with that is unlocked? There's the black deck. Boy, that's a tough one for me. I am so hand dependent. That -1 hand, that one always intimidates me a little. Magic deck starts with Crystal Ball and 2 copies of the Fool. The Telescope voucher, we have actually not won with that yet. I have won with it earlier in non-recorded sessions. I do know that one is doable. Took a little longer than I cared for. Spectral, the Ghost deck allows Spectrals to show up. It's a little more straightforward. The Abandoned deck, start the run with no face cards in your deck, and then to unlock the remainder of the decks would require us to beat something. I think we maybe just unlocked Abandoned. So let's give it a whirl. And when it says no face cards in the deck, that's literally what it means. You don't have any of the face cards. You have a 40 card deck. It's it is as it says on the tin, I suppose. It's interesting. You get there's kind of a couple of options for how to deal with that. You can use things in the shop to try to add some of those missing cards, or you can simply lean into it and try to maximize your non-face cards. It'll be lower scoring. It is a little bit Joker dependent. There are ways to play into that. Fibonacci, for example. Might just take that and let's see, because really the Jokers here kind of determine your luck or lack thereof. You need all the points you can get. Basically, any way you can get them, all the chips you can get. It's interesting how mentally I've fallen into thinking of those as points. Kind of slow play till this thing develops a little bit, and try to see what meta might form around your Jokers. Feels like the way to go. Not feeling the need to rush anything. Certainly. We could take this, see if something can be built up. You are, because of the narrowed deck, you're a little more likely to draw into, as you just saw, the 4 of a kinds of the world. Here's a nice handy mult to have. -1 hand size here, very compressed. Don't want to throw away too many cards because you don't really have all that many. I'm not seeing a whole lot going on here, though. We'll keep that. Throw those. And get to a nice little 3 of a kind, which will have some mult help. So, not overly stressed about getting the early win. The early rounds with this deck, the Abandoned deck and no face cards, it kind of feels like the early rounds are to put yourself in a position, because you will need to be set up properly to kind of get the most out of it. +1 mult here right now doesn't do any good, but we could ditch this joker. Let's hold on for now. But again, kind of feeling slow playish here. See what we can build in the top. Use some of the low scoring demands to try to build up the joker stash. Planets would now be doubly valuable. So that means we need cash and we need... It's an interesting driver's license if you had 16 enhanced cards, but I'm nowhere near it and don't really want to spend everything just to get it. Waiting on bigger, badder, better jokers. I'll just hold the other 4. So now we do get a little mult of a bonus at least. Free spectral pack is tempting. But again, I'm gonna try to just slow play this. We did boost the straight, which will put this well on the way to halfway, or more. Oh, that's right. I'd forgotten about the crazy joker. Had a 12 mult sitting there, so one hand, boom, done. And got the cash reward. Clearly here, we want the celestial pack because of constellation. Could level the straight, could level the 3 of a kind. Feels like probably this early, level up something like 3 of a kind. Have the option here. We'll take it. That's 50 extra chips. We'll take that. Sends us right into playing the boss blind. I don't hate the 3 of a kind. We did just level it. I'm tempted to toss the ace, though, since it would be hard to connect it to anything with 3 of our 4 2s gone. Should be easy enough to take care of business. So clipping along kind of slow. The straight here really getting the benefit from this 12. Definitely feel that in the early stages. Yes, please. Jupiter buffs the flush, buffs constellation in the process. We've got enough to get another. I'm tempted to... guaranteed benefit, no matter what comes out of this. My straight, but also tempting to boost 2 pair. Here, most importantly, though, just slowly buffing constellation. Could double our money. Hey, yeah, 2 times 0. So that's not an option, so the slow play continues. Let's go like that with the times 12 coming. That's making the most of it. Playing a lot of hands, but we are making the most out of them at least. Could fill our joker stash. Now see here, again, for each card below 40, and we're not below 40. And I don't know that I'd want to go below 40 too often. Gross Michelle here, but I think maybe just play into the Arcana pack and see what we get. Of course, we could have gone below 40 there. Probably the least useful that anything could be. We can go to hearts. We can go to... I guess we'll go to hearts because we can convert more of them this way. Need to do something. Could have just tossed all of those, honestly. It's not like they were going to help a whole lot. This might be a skip blind moment, though, because I don't want the entire hand debuffed. We'll choose 2. We'll take the ace, and we'll take the 2. Could have taken a jack there. A little more challenging this time. Sitting on 2 pairs. That would re-trigger. Might, yeah, we'll go like that, and I guess toss the 3, and we won't get that big nice times, that big fat times 12 we would have gotten for a straight, but we got enough to feel like we went somewhere. This one will, and then we've got three of a kind sitting in case we come up a little short. And we did not. So didn't need it. So just slowly, gently, quietly moving right along here. Now let's see. Now here, so business card would do nothing. There are no face cards to give the $2. However, you would get a 10 mult each time, which would then become, an additional 4 mult because of Constellation. Raised Fist, which normally is very nice, it's double the rank of the lowest card, but with no face cards, the lowest card in hand is very small, typically. Maybe we'll add a card here. See what we can get. We can add another ace. We played into hearts, though, didn't we? We did. So we'll take a wild card heart, which probably illogical on my part. 2 free jokers here. One could replace the +4 mold. Do we feel that froggy? Yeah, probably. What do we get for jokers? Hello there. Polychrome. Polychrome ice cream. Card Sharp is awfully good. It's a ×3 mold. This gives bonus chips. Could give up the Sly Joker, I suppose. Blue Joker, not as valuable because your deck is smaller. Card Sharp feels like a must because we are playing the same hand quite a bit. Question here becomes... I think we will give that up. Take the Polychrome, because it does have chips and some early Polychrome. Upgrading straight here feels awfully nice. We're going to gamble. We've been slow playing. Here we'll be very aggressive, because this will require some luck. But we get fantastic luck straight off the draw. So there's the straight itself. Yeah, that went really well. Wiped that out in one hand, and we have passed the halfway. Permanently gaining one hand here feels like an absolute. Haven't added a planet card in a little while. Tough one here. I think maybe we give up the... I hate giving up the chips. We've got extra chips for now. Do I give up Sly Joker? One way or the other. Could give up Crazy, because a low straight would really pay. We're going to give this up because we want Fibonacci. And boy, I should have looked a little more closely to make sure that was going to pay off. I almost might have cost myself 2 jokers there. Feeling okay about where we are. Let's see what. Yes, please. Creates 2 planet cards, which will increase 3 of a kind. Would have been nice to increase the straight there, but it does buff Constellation at least. Now, what else could we do? Let's make that wild. Aces are kind of tough to use. We do have a couple of... Well, we have 1 spare one, I guess. Yeah, we got 5. No face cards. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Back to no money, so there's no point in really... No benefit in skipping the blind. probably take the 2 pair here. Yeah. Not, probably not a huge score, although Fibonacci helped. That did more than I expected because of Fibonacci. Take the full house. Fibonacci boosting. And a couple of things multiplying. And we cruise right through that. So based on that, a couple of very simple hands, 40,000, 45,000, very doable right now. We take this and double our money. Let's see, that would cost us 3, it would be 4, we would come out of it with 8. We would gain $1 whole here. So I guess it's worth doing. It would be enough to get a couple of packs. Level 3 of a kind, a pair, we could level 3. I'm okay with that. Let's take a tarot card. Would love to see. Well, we get a free 3 of a kind out of it. And doing it boosts Constellation even further. No repeat hand types, so that means Card Sharp won't do any good. This will be a little more of a challenge. Might go to pair, maybe. Could play a flush with the 2 wild cards. Could turn this into a flush. And it would play the ace and the 2. We have leveled flush a couple of times. Maybe that is where we go. It's just, we've got one. Let's just take it. It's there for the taking. Fibonacci 2 more times. Yeah, I'd say that worked out pretty well. So now we can't play flush. And we don't have 2 pair to play. We do have the extra hand, however. See, we can't play flush, and we've got one, we just can't play it. So maybe we toss both of those. That didn't really go where I wanted it to. I'm going to play off the 2 pair, maybe, I guess. Could give up the 9, could give up the 7. Trying to draw into the straight. And it's just not happening. So we're back on 2 pair here. We've played flush on the first hand. That's going to kill. Or badly decrease our chances, at least, of another. Of a straight on the low end. Didn't need it. Didn't matter. Worked out. So now, the face cards, that's just a regular, so that's a non-starter, and really hallucination feels like a non-starter. Maybe we just sit on our money? Yeah, we'll play half of it. Because you hate to be holding money and then find yourself in a spot and stupidly lose. 1 per unused discard, that would be major cash. I think it's worth the risk. But we do need to put together some scoring now. So our best, most level, there's straights and the 3 of a kinds. So let's just take our initial 3 of a kind, I think. Or we could take this one and leave the flush open. The 5s are going to Fibonacci. So there's a 24 molt. Now another 3 of a kind, and we should be done because that will cause Card Sharp to fire. We'll throw the other 2 cards in, but it shouldn't matter. Should not matter at all. And did not. So there's some cash, but now we're clipping along. We'll take a Celestial. High card, flush, or 4 of a kind. Flush is most likely, so we'll take it. Add to the mult. Could convert to clubs. Could buy. We've got a lot. Tarot cards appear more frequently, but I think I may take a reroll. That's more in line with what I wanted to see. Boosting Constellation. Sitting on 31. Could take another reroll. Or let's see if we get something great here. Now there's a queen that's worth chips that could play into a flush. Because we do have a lot of hearts. Or you've got a bonus 6. That queen would be really isolated. It's good only for the flush. But with a lot of mults, it's, 60 chips to play it. But we're probably more likely to play that 6. Let's advance. Cards are drawn face down, so now it's a little more playing blind here. We did not get one of the wilds. Now the actual, so the blind here, cards are drawn after each hand is played. So we would not see, I guess we take the 2 pair here. Keep this. Because with those so close together, we would have some idea of what we're drawing. Just kind of right on pace here. Suit-wise, the odds of having 5 are not great. This has to be a 9, an 8, or a 7. These could be anything, so let's just toss them out. Suit-wise, probably only 4. It's a gamble as to what this is the issue. So I think we will toss that. Now we know what it is. We know it's a 9. We know that's 3 of a kind. Also know that I probably don't have a chance to do much with that, so we'll just throw it in there. So, on track, a fair chance that this could be a flush right here. It's a fair chance. But we also know that those have to be a combination of some sort. Had to be no worse than 2 pair, which is exactly what it turned out to be. And now life is tougher. We don't know what anything is. So I think we're going to have to use the discard to reveal something. We can level 4 of a kind there. This almost certainly has to be a 2. And it is. Fibonacci was nice. But yeah, now we've got to be... We have no discards. We know that's an ace. So there's at least a pair there. These have to be 4s and 5s. Oh, I'm going to play that just to boost the mult. But this is going to be kind of tight, I think. 3 of a kind, probably the best option. And it did enough. That was not the most fun I've had. That was not the most fun hand we've played. Get plenty of cash as we head to the 7th. Upgrade discarded poker hands. I'm not discarding a lot of hands right now. Sly Joker makes its way back around. Not really a big help. Death card could double some things, but I think maybe we take Temperance here and boost our cash. I think. Let's see. We have a fair number of 2s. 10s would be nice, but it would come at a cost. We could turn the aces into 2s, I suppose. Duplicating. Now we have leveled most. We have leveled flush a little, but straights and 3 of a kind are what we've leveled best. Almost everything except the really low. Well, everything except the really low is boosted at least once. We could turn the 4s into 5s. Or turn a 4 into a 5. Could turn a 6 into a 7. Could give up a 2 and make it a 3. Or do we just take the cash? I think that's what I'm tempted to do. Well, I was obviously tempted. Playing cards can be purchased from the shop. Okay. Let's re-roll. So there's a 10 of spades if we want it for a whole $1. The 15 malt, you know, I mean, ice cream is starting to diminish except for the fact that it's polychrome. Let's see what options we get here. There's a boosted, but only for... Do I take another reroll? I think I'll save the money. This would give us a bunch of money. Big blind here. Now we see, got to play 5 cards coming. Take the straight. Get a big, good first hand. Got over halfway on the first hand. Kind of have to feel good about it. We're not sitting on a flush. We're not sitting on a whole lot of anything, really. We'll toss a couple and see what breaks loose. Could go to pair, I suppose. Not loving this. I needed the 4. This is what I needed. We'll burn another discard. Did not get the 4. And do not have the straight either. So that went woefully awry. Got about the worst everything we could get there. The aces helped with Fibonacciing at least. So not horrendous. Sitting on 2 pair again. Don't really want to burn the last discard here. We'll just play it as it lies. And the Fibonacciing is nice. Turned that into a lot better than it had any right to be. And so it worked out. We're going to end up with a decision to make about ice cream soon. It's going to be down to just being polychrome and nothing else very soon. Play $3 worth here and gain another $16. Chance to buy more cards. Take our Celestial, bump Constellation again. I guess the full house. Gives me some value for the aces with the full house because we now have 6 aces. Might buy a card just to see what we get. We can get cash or we can get something that'll molt. We'll take that. Weak on diamonds, strong on hearts. We'll take a re-roll here, obviously. Not really feeling the need for anything I just saw. Boost the 9. Take another re-roll. Levels 2 pair. Bumps Constellation to 2.5. Scary Face, not going to do us any good. Let's see here. Should have probably gone another re-roll there, but didn't. So, now I got to play 5 cards. So that's gonna kind of dictate what we do. Only 4 of them will score. But I had to play all 5. Need to average 14,000 a hand, and that's exactly what we got. Now the full house is there. Full house is better than 2 pair. Could keep the high. That's not going to score great though. Probably should have taken that as 2 pair. Now it's a little tighter. Gonna have to take the 2 pair, which will get the card sharp bonus. Fibonacci helped. But still got to get 27,000 out of this. 3 of a kind is paying a base of, what is that, 1,300, 1,690. 2 pair is only paying 240, but gets tripled. We also have the flush. But I think I gotta play it here. I think that's what I gotta do. Take the 3 of a kind and let the mults do work. Now we gotta get 20,000 on this last hand. I think the straight is the way to go. Now the straight flush pays 140 times 11. The straight plays 150 times 12. So I need this to not be a flush. Still a straight flush. Now it's a regular straight. I think it'll be enough, but it's going to be close. It was enough. A little uncomfortable, but we get to the 8th ante now. And what we get in the boss blind is going to determine the outcome, I would think. And we're not going to know just yet. The zany joker, something went away. Oh, we lost the... we lost that polychrome. I thought it would stick around. It did not. It's suboptimal. Could take more cash, or we can take 2 tarot cards. I'll take the 2 tarot cards. We got one there and one here. Still don't know what the... Still have not revealed the big blind yet, though. Hearts are most likely to play because we have so many of them. Let's re-roll. And this might be the answer, because we've played quite a few things repeatedly. Am I more likely to play 3 of a kinds or straights? Honestly, 3 of a kind is more likely to fire. So we give this up. We pop in the supernova. It'll add to the mults. And we've got a 2.5 minimum. And 3 on the second go around. Let's re-roll one more. That one's cash and that one's cash, and cash is not my problem right now. This would double our money. One random joker would get disabled each hand. I want to play this to see if we can get something to disable that big blind. I think that's probably the way to go. We could give up diamonds and play into clubs if we see a bunch of diamonds flop. 2 pair. 2 pair sitting there. Flush is sitting here. Flush isn't terrible, and we could boost it. Well, let's do that. May not have been the sharpest play. It was only our 3rd flush. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Could convert 3 cards to clubs very easily, and that might be the move. What do we get? 9,000 for that. If we convert these to clubs, then we've got another flush. Probably better, though, to hold the 4 and play the ace. A few more chips, which will get multed. Plus, we did Fibonacci once from that. Yeah, not terrible. 4 of a kind here. Probably worth just going ahead and playing, because we haven't... I think we've played it once. Two hands left to get 3. Let's play the straight. We get a free tarot card if we discard this. So why not? Why not take it? Because we know we've got the hand. We know we've got the hand one. Use the discard. That was enough. Got a free tarot card. I mean, worst case, you turn around and sell it. There are only, what, 5 diamonds left in my whole deck. Got some cash. Could level the flush. Could level 2 pair. Based on that last hand, probably best to level the flush. Now, here would be an interesting... We're not going to be playing face cards. We're not guaranteed to be playing 3 of a kinds. And it would be a guaranteed 10 mult no matter what. Probably worth it. That will slowly build. Now, this would have been great to have early on. We'll take a reroll. Sure, we'll throw another heart in. Why not? Play another round. We're not going to get the voucher re-rolled. Got the straight. Probably should just play it. Which way to go? We can increase the rank of anything. We could make something diamonds, but I don't have any desire to do that. We can play the straight high, or we can play the straight low. How many clubs would be left? 12. I think we'll just play it on the low end. Keep the heart. Let's see how many straights we actually played. That worked fine. 6, 7, 8, 9. Another straight, almost just like the one before it. 2 Fibonacci fires. I'm playing the second straight, got the triple, and that worked. So now we come to the hard part. Take another planet. Flushes, 3 of a kinds. And you're kind of committing to that. And remember, there's an extra 12 there. I'll take any card that increases my chances of hitting 3 of a kind. So we'll do that. We'll hold that. I mean, I could hold that just in case. We'll take another reroll. Hearts would boost here. +1 hand size is not terrible. But is it better? So each consecutive hand without a face card. So at most, we would get this to 7 for the boss blind. We have over a third of the deck are hearts. And effectively with the wild, 19 cards are wild out of 52. I mean, hearts would boost a lot. You know, played any hearts here. Might be time to let that go because it doesn't have time to do us a ton of good. Go ahead and take a reroll. Don't need the jokers. Don't want to risk that. We could take another reroll, but we're not going to get a whole lot of opportunity to use it. We're not below 40. Extra chips here is good. You're giving up malt to get extra chips. And we are multiplying our chips quite a bit, and we're scoring low, so which do I give up? Do I give up the 12? Do I give this up? Which one do I let go? I feel like I'm more likely to be playing 3 of a kind, and it is paying well, paying better than pretty much anything. So we'll keep that, give this up, and take the extra chips in hopes of multiplying them repeatedly. Am I extremely confident? No, because we don't need Constellation to be what gets disabled. That would make this a lot more difficult. Got to average 20,000. We need 3 of a kinds. I'm going to give up a couple of high cards to try to get there. What is disabled this time? The Zany Joker. So yeah, we really need 3 of a kind, and there it is. We'll go ahead and let go of the 2. Take this. That did not work out. So now the extra chips are disabled. But we do have another 3 of a kind that'll fire. I'm going to let that go. We could actually play 5 of a kind if we wanted now. But again, 3 of a kind is still the way to go. I've got the jokers over here. 4 of a kind is not as good. So I guess. Let's see. Yeah. 120 times 13 versus 150 times 15. So we need that firing. The extra malt certainly helped. Now we just need to pop another one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We can just do that any old way. Because there's 3 of a kind. Fibonacci was disabled. But with the extra malts, how's that for coming out smelling like a rose? Yes, I did make some heads-up plays. We'll go into endless mode. With a little bit of cash, we're not going to be able to improve life a whole lot. And with the escalating blinds, it will... This probably won't go too much further. But... don't have enough for clearance sale. We don't have face cards to discard. We'll just add another card. Why not? 2s, 4s, or 5s. That's pretty much all about even there. For flush purposes, I mean, we could use spades or clubs, but we'll just take another heart. Why not? But the win is done. 2 free planet cards, sure, why not? And we'll add 2 more tents to our malt. Straight hasn't been left. We've ignored straight for a while, so we'll take it. And I guess we'll just stick to this 3 of a kind. And if it contains, so let's level the full house instead. Because we would get the Zany Joker boost. Playing 3 of a kind would set our money to 0. You know, it's almost as though it knew what I'd been doing, wasn't it? That creates a tarot card when discarded. That would boost 1 card. You know, we might just do that. And then take our 3 of a kind here. I'm going to go ahead and toss the 8. Just to clear it out, because we got 2 ways to get to another 3 of a kind. And that's exactly what we got to now. 2s, 5s, and 6s. Remaining, we have an equal chance of drawing any of them. Pretty much. Because what I'm thinking here is let's let go of a couple more extra cards. We'll get the extra 3 times malt, which helps. We just need to keep playing 3 of a kind. Flush wouldn't be terrible. Much better than 2 pair. And we do have the flush. So let's take it. Should be a decent hand, just not a great one. That's pretty much exactly what it was. Still need 3 of a kind. What have I got here? Diamond, that does me no good. 3s and 7s are going to be hard to come by. So we could let go of some stuff here. Try to draw the 5 and the 8, maybe. Yeah, but what I'm really looking for is 3 of a kind again. And there you are, you big, beautiful 3 of a kind, you. We'll just roll with it. Would have been nice to pair something else up and have something to shoot for, but didn't need it. So that's a win. But now it's going to get tough. We might as well spend all our cash because we're allowing straights to be made with a gap of 1 rank. And straight is not a bad hand to be playing. Where would we put it if we pulled it, though, is the problem. That would be the issue. I'd love to have it, but I don't know that I've got anywhere to put it. We'll level full house again. We got 5 to work with. We could buy another card. Why not? The likelihood is that our cash is going to get wiped at some point in this hand because I don't know if we can get to 220 without playing some 3 of a kinds. We have a whole bunch of ways to get to it. Did we? Yes. That's a good start. We'll go ahead and throw away the 3. I think. Yeah. Because there aren't that many of them. So we'll let them go. Fibonacci fires all 3 times. Good start. And we hit another 3 of a kind. We'll toss the 8. Max our chances of hitting another 3 of a kind, which is going to triple again. It tripled and re-tripled. So we're on our way. But we don't have a lot of discard opportunities left. I've got the straight, but it would wreck my pair. We could play the flush this way. That's what we're going to do. We got 2 hands left to make whatever we need after this. So 72,000 with 2 hands to go. There's 3 of a kind. I'm sitting on a possible flush, but I don't think the flush will pay enough. What's left? 9s or 8? There are 5 9s left. So we'll play it like this. Fibonacci, Fibonacci, Fibonacci. And tripled and more tripled, and there you go. The extra tripling. Everything worked there. Could try for another buffoon. We could take a easy. Not enough time for vampire to really help. We could see if we got something here. I think maybe we take the tarot. See what we get. Creates a legendary joker. Creates a random. I'd have to give something up to get a legendary. And really, I think there's only one way to go. Let's see what legendary we pull. Something new. AAA. Played kings and queens. Give ×2 mult when scored. One small problem. We have no kings and queens, so it's nice to unlock AAA. It will do absolutely nothing. We could sell it for 10, though, and that's probably what we need to do because we can at least replace the Joker now. We got absolutely nothing from that. Flushes would boost. That's probably as good as we can do. We can get another Joker, but I don't see anything I really want. Be nice to discover that, but I'm not going to be able to play it, so we won't bother. We'll go ahead and take that. Throw it in the deck. Why not? We have 6 2s now. Increases our chances. Yeah, we'll go ahead and play this. 560 is a tough one to make anyway. We got diddly boopkus on the initial here. Do I throw away the heart? Do I throw away the club? Do I throw away a bunch of spades? That might be what I'll do. 4 of a kind is sitting there. 120 out of and times 13. I mean, we could play the 4 10s. You got to really. The odds of getting that to refire, though, probably better in this case to play it as a 3. Because the full house pays well, but not as well. I think Three of a kind's our only real hope of getting through another hand. And that certainly wouldn't do it. We got our three of a kind here. We can throw that away and trash that with it. Save a discard. Hit Fibonacci's, and it will triple twice. But it's feeling like too little too late here. Could create a flush if we wanted, but that's a low-paying proposition except for the extra 80 chips. We could throw some things, but I think what we have to do is burn another discard and hope for another three of a kind, which we didn't get. We didn't get much anything there. Get a free tarot card from this. Can't make a flush. I don't want to use my last discard. Two pair doesn't pay well at all. I think maybe we have to take our chances. Discard, get the free tarot card, which would in turn create two free tarot cards. We're not going to use that, so we're going to sell it. Then we'll play this, use it, get two free tarot cards that we could convert to spades. We'll try to add something, and we do. Fibonacci now throws 50 extra chips, and I still don't have three of a kind. We can convert anything to spades, so we can make a flush here if we want. And I guess because of the extra chips, that's as good as we can do. So we got a spade there and a spade there. We give up the diamond, I guess. Yeah, I don't see a way to get out of this. I really don't. It was 560,000 with no face cards is a far bridge to try to cross. Well, we got four of a kind, or we got three of a kind. We could take our three of a kind. I suppose. Take the three of a kind, let that go. Just not enough ways to do it. We're out of discards. So the flush is going to be the best we can do. And that's where this is going to end. Coming up way short of that. But it's a win and a good run. So we unlock AAA. Did we unlock anything else? No. It did not unlock a new deck. We would need to win with black or start leveling up. Which one is the black deck? What is that? Ah, yes. The unlocked ones aren't getting it done. I really hate this, but we have a win. So maybe we can, against the odds, do it twice in a row. So we're missing a hand. And it gets very tough very quickly. Feels funny to have face cards back. Take the early two pair. And really the key to this is trying to get something that will give you back a hand. That's really how you get there. Well, that's just ugly. Well, no, there's a flush there. There's a flush. It would have been embarrassing to get a win and then immediately turn around and lose. And because you're short a hand, you're short opportunity for cash as well. Costs you one each time. Free reroll, aces, $3 if you're holding it. All our face cards would become gold in a hurry. Plus 3 hand size if I had skipped, but I didn't really feel comfortable skipping either. Do I hold that? No. Easy opportunity to play those. They will turn gold. So now they will pay cash when they are played again in the future. The gold did not count the first time, in other words. So we've turned 6 of our face cards gold just in this hand alone, and we lose because we didn't have enough. That was woefully inadequate. We're going to play this off and just hope for the best here. We'll need something good, and we do at least get a nice starting draw. I wanted the free because we do have an extra joker slot. That's the one benefit to this particular deck. We have Jack Diddley there, so we'll let some cards go. We could let this go. Just burning discards right now. We got a pair of 8s, and that's about it. We'll just play that as it lies. Get nothing. We have 1 hand left to make 110. We got 2 pair. We also have a possible straight draw. The full house makes me feel like we should be just fine. Didn't get a lot of, not going to get a lot of cash off this because it took all our discards and all our hands and all our everything. But the next shop is free, which is better than a sharp stick in the eye. There's our zany joker, 3 of a kind again. Let's play the tarot first. Could convert to hearts, could gain some cash, create a random joker. And we definitely have room. Random joker is even Steven. Foil, so extra chips and extra evens. So we would like some even options here. The 2, the 10. It does not count your face cards in that. We'll roll along. Diamonds are debuffed. And of course we draw a whole lot of them. We draw a flush worth. That flush would be 120 basically. It's almost tempting. And I think I might just risk it. I don't know though. Well, I mean, yeah. Makes as much sense as anything else. Get nothing from it except the base. So now we would like our even Steven advantage. We got a pair of 6s. If we let them go, then we could probably let that go and try to play into the flush. Only have 1 hand left after this. Didn't need it. The mult took care of it. No, I did not do the mental math ahead because I felt like, well, we're either going to get it or not. And I knew we had another hand. Might almost be tempted to level the pair here since our luck doesn't seem to be all that great at the moment. I think I'll just roll into the next. Next joker would be Polychrome, but you'd need to average 400. I think I need to play the hands to try to get another joker in play. Not a big, huge scoring hand, but not awful. I guess, well, it turned out better. I wasn't thinking about the even Steven. That turned out way better than I expected. Got a little cash. What could we do here? That earns cash. And that's tempting. Level the flush, which is probably the way to go. We've got a not great joker up there. Discarded queens earn cash, but not. I'm gonna take a reroll. Didn't love that. I don't love this deck. I don't love much of anything about this. 1600 is not that much tougher than 500. We got to play 5 cards anyway. We have leveled 2 pair. We have leveled the flush. We have 2 pair. We're playing an awful lot of clubs. Let's just take the 2 pair for now. That went better than I would have expected, honestly. Did not get all the mult help there, but now we got one hand to make 100. Not even going to give that too much thought. We're just going to take that and get out of it. Take that one and get out of here. We'll get a polychrome joker, assuming a base joker triggers in the shop. And hopefully we got enough cash to buy it. And of course there is no joker in the shop. We'll take this for the cash. This cash is feeling hard to come by. 2 pair high card straight. We'll level the straight since it's been unbuffed so far. We could re-roll, but we wouldn't be able to afford the polychrome joker. Maybe Terra will throw us a joker. We could double our money. We could get a wild. I'm going to double the money again. It just feels like money has been hard to come by. I think we'll play because I really, really, really need more cards here. Sitting on 2 pair, although only one of them is even. Might do a little discard. Didn't really gain anything from doing it. And that didn't really excite me. 2 pair here, so we don't have the flush. I'm gonna go with the 2 pair. 2 of them will even and get us really close with one hand to go. And now we got 2 pair. Or, since there's a chance for that to get destroyed, let's just not use that. Doesn't matter how much you exceed the target score by. There's no benefit. 2800 or 28,000 would have been all the same there. So, didn't need to give it too much thought. There is our polychrome that we have just enough to buy. I could sell this. I think I might. We've had now watch me pull a straight that would have triggered that. Could re-roll the boss, but I really don't feel the need. And again, we come out of a draw of nothing. I mean, there's a pair there, which would mult a little. And they're even. So if we throw that away, let's just play it. It molted twice. Because the pair is not our most played hand. That will reset, but we still have the 1.5. Don't have a flush. We do have 2 pair. We can let this go. There's evens in there. And that's what made the difference. Even Steven is actually paying off quite nicely. I don't think we've played a 3 of a kind yet. There's 3 of a kind. There's an easy straight up mult, which is a 4 plus 1.5 for it. So it would become 6 at least effectively. And for this low price, it's probably worth it. We're going to tell ourselves it is. We lose $1 per card played, so we want to make this as quickly as possible. Three of a kind has not been leveled. Full house has not been leveled. So flushes and straights and even two pair are all paying better. And the one advantage is that it could add to. Here. Or we could just take that pair and hope for something better to come along in a bit. Got more out of that than we deserved. The full house is there. The two pair is there. Full house is 40 times 4. Two pair is 60 times 4. And two pair have been played quite a bit. I'm going to try it in this direction. Try to get the extra mult for the moment. Was more than enough. Worked out just fine. And we have limped this deck that I'm not a big fan of. We have limped it further forward. I think the buffoon... Oh, we don't have the cash to do anything with because we were losing cash there. So unless we toss this joker, which would only give us 2, we're going to just be shut out in the shop. Doubling our money does no good. So we'll try for a win. Try to win this hand and get back in the shop. About halfway home. This might get us all the way home. Only 3 hands to work with. We need to get something, voucher probably, that adds an extra hand here. Or increase our jokers somehow. We're not getting the hand help we need. I'm not loving these jokers. And the way to go might be the planet card. So we would like to level something we have not used a ton of. Because that's going to make that a 1.2 on the obelisk on top of the 1.5. This adds a voucher. Huge gamble. And I'm not, maybe not my best move. We'll get a pair. It molted twice, but it's not nearly enough. I have to use a discard here so that we can see what we're working with, which is basically not a lot. Burn a discard on 1 card. Take the straight and hope for the best. I'm afraid, though, that 12,000 blind is a bridge too far. With 1 hand left. We draw into full house, but I don't think it would be nearly enough. We do have a good mult there. It is not our most played hand. I think maybe we just roll the dice on this. I mean, I can discard these easily enough just to see if something better came along, and it did not. We have to take this and hope, because it will get the extra, the second mult. The 3 of a kind, the forgotten zany joker, the 3 of a kind being in the full house made the difference there. We can re-roll the boss blind if we sold off a bunch of things, but doesn't really help. I don't need the extra cards. What I need, well, what I need is 3 of a kind, I suppose. Well, we tried. We're stuck playing the 2 pair here. Which 2 pair might be the next question. Play the high end since it leaves a straight in play. Really need something other than 2 pair. Possible heart draw. The problem is, when we're sitting on 2 pair, that would get us close. Keep the heart. Toss the club, maybe. Yeah. So we play another 2 pair. Gets us in the neighborhood. But now what we need out of these last 3 is we need something to convert. We need a full house is what we need. And it's not there. We do have a straight, but I don't think it'd be enough. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can toss the 9 since we have the discard, hoping for the full house that we did not get. We have the straight, but I don't think it'll trip enough. Came up. Oh, I was ready to say we came up short and somehow we limped through it. Didn't get a lot of cash out of the deal. Reloading the boss blind would not make a world of difference. Creates planet card. We could play the Arcana pack. We'll take this just because it's undiscovered. But, I mean, we could upgrade the straight flush. This is just a tough one to make money on. Honestly. We can throw that away. Maybe we throw this away. We could just go big and try. We do get a straight out of it. We'll keep the flush in play. That wasn't too shabby. If we could do that again. 2 discards left. Could throw away the 8. 3 of a kind would be wonderful. So we're probably not going to throw that away. This joker's molting. That'll molt 2 more. The 1 pair is not the worst thing. We'll see how close it gets us. Got a free planet card out of it. Got extra molts. Level the pair. We've got a straight. The straight plays better than the flush, and I'm not sure anything else. I mean, full house would be better, I guess. Feels like we're going to come up short. I got a lot of discards to use. So we know we could let some things go here. Just trying to get as much out of the straight as we can. I just don't think we can get enough out of the straight. We got 2 pair down there. But it doesn't pay as well as the straight I'm holding. So we'll let the low pair go. Yeah. Well, we elevated the straight a little. Did not, however, elevate it into a straight flush. So probably short here unless the mults really jump big. 1-8, 1-5, and it's a win. I sweated that for nothing. I need the extra hand. Not really feeling it there. We've played a lot of straights. 2 pair is our most played. 3 of a kind boosts us twice, so the more we could do with it, the better. Now the cards are going to draw face down. So now you got to have judicious use. Very judicious use. So we've got aces, jacks, and 8s. Diamonds are going to go away. I don't know that there's a choice but to play the 2 pair. Take the free planet card. I guess take this. The 2 pair are most played. We lose out on the boost. We know that's not a flush, and we know this isn't a flush. Well, technically, I guess it could be. But I think what we probably have to do here is burn a discard just to see what we're working with. And again, that's kind of ridiculous. I have four pairs. The hand that won't extra molt. What I need is 3 of a kind. So let's give up some things. I'm keeping the flush alive here. Still end up with pairs. And not a flush. Not really a lot to do here except play what you have. It's just not going to be enough to get us out of this hole. Would take a near miracle now. Well, 3 of a kind, the full house doesn't pay as well, so maybe we just take that and hope the molt repeating is enough. It was not. And that's the end of that. Now you kind of get an idea of why I really hate playing the black deck. Let's take a crack at something different. So we get 2 free fools, which you have to have a tarot card or a planet card to be able to use. Yeah. We'll skip because of the blind that's coming up, but then we want to play here and try to get what we need. I'm gonna let a whole bunch of things go. Pull a full house. Because we need a duplicatable tarot or planet. I'm going to use another discard. I'm going to be stuck. We got 2 pair there. 2 pair there. Feels good to have that. Feels like a luxury to have that 4th hand back, though. We should have a holographic joker coming if one will drop that we can afford. So do we take the joker here? I think you gotta, because it's got the 10 molt. And we'll wait to play the fools for another round. Let's just play these off. 2 pair. Want to save our discards because you get extra chips. And that low blind, you didn't need a whole lot. We get enough cash to get a good planet card. Permanently gain 1 discard, which does help if we wanted to go that way. But Fibonacci this early feels like maybe the move. Because there's a lot of opportunity to make use of it. Now we do get free tarot card here. If we got tarot card that gives us free cards though, we couldn't use them because there would be nowhere to stash them, nowhere to stash it. See, if we played that right now, we would get nothing. What we could do, let's molt our 2. And what else do we play? If we hold something, it turns gold and we get cash. Not too exciting, really. We're just gonna dump a whole bunch of stuff here and try to get something usable out of it. Fibonacci will only fire, I guess, once. Didn't need it. The 10 molt was enough. Come on, planet. That doesn't really work. That's just... I'm almost tempted to take the free discard here, because it does add 40 chips by having the extra. Sure, why not? With no cash left. Must play 5 cards. 2 pair right off the jump. We'll just take that. Eight molted and 10 molted. And that made short work of things because of the holographic on the banner. Let's see if we can get a good planet card here to create some space up there. Full house, probably the best we can do. But I really want that space. So we're going to use 1. Not a huge fan of leveling full house, but it'll have to do. Here's an easy molt. These early rounds, we can kind of molt our way into some things. Play only 1 end up. The mouth is not a great blind for this situation. What do we give up? I'm going to give up a whole bunch of things. Had that extra discard to work with. Was trying to limp my way into a flush, or we could try to limp into the full house. Maybe that's what I'll try. And we did. Managed to get it. Will it be enough? With the Fibonacci, I think it might be. And it was. So we get the boost off the gold card for $3 extra. Could level the pair. But we're going to take the Celestial pack. Expensive or not, we'll level straight. And we will level straight again. Now we got at least a couple of ways to go. We can pick up, could pick up another Joker. That one though Campfire doesn't really linger. You'll notice that it gives an extra half mult for each card sold, so you can sell off cards. But it resets at the end of each boss blind, so you can't really. It's nice, but it doesn't last a long time. It's the problem. You get two tarot cards out of this. Yes, please. Hierophant gives bonuses. So we can bonus some cards. We only get to play 1 hand type this round. We're fairly balanced, so flushes are not more likely. 2 pair doesn't look bad necessarily. What do we let go of here? We're going to let go of this and this. See if we can get our second pair. Instead, we get a flush. So that's what we're going to roll with. Made short work of it. Playing only 1 hand type per round is really nice if you only have to play 1 hand. That's one of those, it's either just fine or not great. Free pack, I don't know that that's worth the 4. I might be willing to just hold on here and keep going. 2 free planet cards if we skip, and I think that's probably worthwhile right now. Full house, high card straight. Let's level the flush so that we have a little more boost from it. What else? Now do we level the full house or the straight? I guess we'll go with the straight. Next Joker would be a full. No repeat hand types. I would rather get a couple of Jokers in play before we need to make 12,000 though. Three of a kind is certainly not the worst thing we could do. Make all of our 2s pay extra. Sure, why not? We're going to play that. Good malts and more chips to be malted, and that's how you knock out a big blind in one hand with 3 twos. I can't say that I don't feel a little lucky that worked. Played face cards, give a 4 malt. I think that's a good move. We have not played a spectral. I think we've used 1 spectral in this session, so we will add. So -1 hand size. I don't want to go down that road, and I don't really want to go down this road either, and we're going to end up just skipping this. We get it. You would lose hand size and gain a joker slot. I haven't filled up the joker slots I've got. The deck is balanced. It's probably, I'm going to go this way. I may be wrong, but I'm committed. Face cards are our friend. We got a lot of different ways to molt here. Level the straight, but it's also tempting to level the 2 pair as kind of an emergency escape hatch. Now, no repeat hand types. So we're sitting on several ways to get a straight. We could molt the aces. No repeat hand types. Which way do we go? We will molt these. We'll let this go, bonus card or not. It's a lot of molting. Fibonacci loved that. No repeat hand types. Might just play off a pair here. Oh, wait. No, we won't. We'll play the straight. More than ample. And we limp our way along. Still got room for another joker, and this might be. So we're going to buy that. Adds double. Again, adds molt. We'll buy this. That'll add the value of the jokers to get us to 15. Celestial packs. What is our... we have Crystal Ball, extra consumable slot, and the extra discard. That's right. It's Crystal Ball, not Telescope. I'm going to go the other direction. Go for the unknown rather than the known. We could make spades. We could make clubs. Or we could create a steal. We're more likely to play face cards. That molt. Free joker here if we skip. I think I'm just going to play. Take my 2 pair. Let all the molting do its thing. And you say, why? Now, planets maybe, or an improvement on the joker. Or neither. That would give us a new steal, but I'd rather have the 2 planets. We get to level the straight, and we get to level flush. So not terrible, not great, but not terrible. We could re-roll here and try for a joker to replace this. Instead, we're just going to play, I think. Or do we take a rare? I'm going to skip and gamble. We just need to have the same card luck we've been seeing, which we kind of didn't get here. Our luck was not as good. I could toss this. And we've got an extra discard to work with. We could also toss this and did ourselves absolutely no good whatsoever. But we do get a times 1.5 molt off that. I can throw that in with it for now. So a lot of molting going on, just not a lot of base score to be molted is the problem. Did not get the flush. Again, flushes and straights are what I want to see. Could burn a discard here, here, and maybe here. Got 2 pair, or I could burn another discard. These aces are going to do well. I don't really want to throw away this pair, but I don't really want to play that off yet either. So we'll play the pair, let Fibonacci trigger. We're halfway with 2 hands left. Got 2 pair at the moment, which has not been leveled very well. We're low on discards, but we're going to risk it anyway. We pull to a straight, which should be nice and chunky. Devalued the hand by 1. Yeah. I told you that was going to be chunky. And had a lot of good things going on there. And now we see if we can get a rare joker better than this 4. We do get a rare joker. How many uncommons do we have? 1. So that, we'll sell this. Add that. Take the Celestial. Let's level the full house. Because we're getting high enough in the blinds now where we got to have something good. But have this to sit on. We're going to go for the tarot card instead. 2 free planets or a random joker. We don't have room for the random joker. I don't hate my current joker setup. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. Got 2 planet cards that are almost useless. The jump here does not feel that big, so we'll take the cash. A lot of red going on. See if we have any luck. Well, we get 2 pair. And those 2 pair would both Fibonacci. So we'll throw the 3 in with it, because all the other hearts are going away anyway. A lot of bonuses there. Feeling pretty solid with that. We can let the 3 go. Face cards are going to molt. Molts and more molts. So we know we feel pretty good that we're going to make it now. Didn't have to worry about, didn't have to sweat out getting to the last hand. We kept some discards around, so we'll get a little something. We've got money going into the shop. Yeah, this feels like time to let that go. Add this, which molts. The uncommons molt. We can start this molting by adding now straights or flushes. I'm going to say straights. So it's small, but it's something. Probably worth a reroll here. We're not going to be playing hands with 3 or less, and I'm probably not skipping anything either. We'll take another reroll. Evens gives some molting. And we're more likely, I think, to play the evens. I think that's where I'm going to stop re-rolling. All the hearts get debuffed. And of course, naturally, we get a whole bunch of them. But it'll let us get the hearts out of our hand at least. Oh, no it won't. No, it wouldn't, actually. We probably should take the 2 pair. Yeah, I'm not sure what the correct way to go here was. The molting basically carried that over. We've got a full house, which has been leveled. So we'll take it like that. This might just be enough because it's going to Fibonacci again. 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And that took care of that. Not the fanciest. Oh, yes, please. There's my favorite voucher of them all, the extra hand. And a good time for it. We'll take another planet because we now have Constellation in hand. 3 of a kind getting boosted wouldn't be the worst idea. Neither would 2 pair. I think we go 3 of a kind. Well, that's what we're going to do. Whether it was right or not, I can't say, but we'll find out over the next few hands. Fool is here. That would give us another chance to level 3 of a kind. Playing another one gives us more to Constellation. Would have been nice to have that sooner. We're going to play here to try to get another trip through the shop. And a nice 1.5. This might be enough by itself. And it is. Had a feeling that might be the case. I want a trip through the shop that gives me some more planets. That would be a 15 molt. Almost worth taking because it's guaranteed. Your max here would be 20 if you played all evens. Whereas this guarantees you 15. This can be 0, it can be 20. I'll take that. I might sit on my cash. Or take a reroll. Copies the ability of the Joker to the right. Blueprint is rare. Now, I'm giving that up. Do we turn around and ditch this? Yeah. You know, and that's a Joker that you kind of move around if you got it. That's a guaranteed 15. But it only takes 2 if it's triggering Fibonacci. I need, because we're molting everything, I think we're going to do it. Again, may or may not be right. Let's see. Yes, it's compatible. So it's a 1-3. Still better to molt this for now. We roll into the next hand. Next joker would become negative. Do we feel like we can make it to 70? We're going to gamble that we do, because that negative joker, and we're going to drop 2 cards no matter what we do. We don't have a flush, so I don't want to play the Fibonacci. I'm going to move that so that this is what multiplies. I'll play the 8s. We're going to lose 2 cards no matter what we do. I'm going to play the 8s and the 9s and hope that the 6 is what gets trashed. Pretty good start off one hand. Now which way to go? We've got straights sitting here. We either need a queen or a 9. We only have 2 9s left, and we only have 2 queens left. So neither is great. We could ditch all the black cards, but we have more of them. We have nothing low. I hate to give away chips. Could play it as one pair here. Sure, why not? Because we have the extra, the luxury of the extra hand. We did not need that to be fantastic. We just needed it to not be bad. We don't have a flush. Got 2 pair. The 5s would re-trigger. I think that's how we're going to go. The 5s should fire twice. And they did. And they did so well enough to get us through. Now, our next base joker, so we would have to give something up to get it. So there's the loyalty card, times 4 mult for every 6 hands. And it would give us the extra joker slot. So we can have this and just stick it out there on the end. Cerulean Bell is our big blind. We can get a ton of cash off this, and I think we'll try that. Because what we want is this loyalty card to fire. We want to play hands. But we don't want to play too many either. We want it to fire during the boss blind, basically. We also need to make sure. So do we give up the straight? We want the straight more than we want the flush. We got a bunch of outs there, 2s and 7s. So we would have 7 ways to get that straight. We can give up the ace because if we pull the 2, we've got the 2 through 6. I'm going to play it off this way. See, there's the straight I was talking about. So 4 hands to go. We don't need to make this too fast, but we may, and we did. We made it too fast. Because now we'll be deeper into the run before this can fire. 10s and 4s. I don't want to give up the chips. Let's take an Arcana pack. We got a lot of cash, which is always good. Let's take 2 planets. Because, again, constellation. So this is going to add to the mult here. No matter what they are, they'll add to the mult, so there's some benefit. I'm going to take a reroll. I'm going to stash that. Take another reroll. The blind is selected. Destroy a joker to the right and add double its sell value to the mult. We don't have anything. I'll take another reroll. I wanted more planets, is what I wanted. And they're just not firing here. We just ain't getting them. Let's just stop. We're not having the luck. So 3 hands to go before that will fire. We are forced to play the 4. I'm going to take that opportunity and discard. The straight is going to be the play here. Probably better to play the straight this way. This should be pretty good. You only get 1 Fibonacci fire. Yeah, that wasn't too shabby. Not shabby also having the extra in hand. It's only 2 pair, but we've got an extra 1.5 mult because that 4 is hanging around. A lot of Fibonacci. Would you look at that? I should have asked for more. When we started this session, I said I'd love to get 2 wins in one session. How about 2 wins back to back? We didn't even fire the loyalty card. It will fire in the next hand. Got some cash. Level 2 pair. There's the planet cards I was looking for. Didn't get them when I wanted them. No, I get them now. Take the Arcana pack. There's not a lot of point in sitting on money now. Don't have room for a random joker. We could make mults. We could make more of something. We could make something lucky. I think we'll just make more mults. Take another reroll, see what we get. Could buy that. Now here, because I know the loyalty's gonna fire, we're gonna skip a blind. Now do I gamble and skip 2 blinds? It's gonna fire. I think I will. And hope for the black hole. Didn't get it. Not going to destroy all my jokers. Now this is interesting. Converts all cards to a random rank -1 hand size. Not -1 hand, just -1 hand size. But you'd be sitting on a lot of opportunities for 3 of a kinds and 4 of a kinds. Now 4 of a kind is leveled. Plus we can manipulate that. We're going to use it. Plus it's a new discovery. We have a whole ton of 6s. What did it kill? Nothing too terrible. We got a ton of 6s though. And 51 cards in the deck. Spades are debuffed. We got 2 pair. This is not active yet. If I remember correctly, this is not active yet. It will activate on the next hand, I believe. If I'm wrong, I really just screwed up. It is active for this hand, which is where I needed it. Diamond flush. We've got 2. We don't have a great straight opportunity now. We could get to 3 of a kind by increasing something. But 3 of a kind is not great. So we're going to make use of a discard. I'm going to make use of a lot of discard. Do I hold the... which way do I go? We're going to go like that. Got 2 pair. Could get to... Again, could get to 3 of a kind in a couple of different ways. Might be worth... Because full house isn't bad. But we didn't get there. Again, I'm trying to maximize this 4x. We don't have a flush, and we don't really have a flush draw either. However, no, that just gets me to 3 of a kind again. That would only get me to 3 of a kind, and I can't raise anything enough to get where I want to be. We're going to burn another discard. This just did not work the way I wanted it to. Now we could increase the rank here. We'll do that. We got the full house, and I guess that's the way to go. Might as well try to make that lucky. So we did get to a full house this way. Probably should have increased the jacks to queens, but you know, you can't have everything. Most of these cards aren't going to fire chips. We're just going to have to live on the mults. And the mult will be huge. Told you the mult would be huge. Now we want to play as many hands as possible, stay alive, and try to get back to that again. Easy play here with cash to grab the spectral. Converts all cards in the hand to a random single suit. Our suits are all balanced. So this could be anything. Probably gain the most from hearts. Or we can add a foil hollow or poly to one selected card. We're more likely to play the 6 than we are anything. So we'll add it to that. I don't need the extra spectral. I'm happy to stash that. We got cash. That benefits from discarding. This benefits from playing. We'll re-roll. 1 in 4 chance. Why not? Nope, didn't fire. We re-roll again. We're not going to drill it all the way down to 3. I don't really need that in my hand. We could take 1 more. Tarot cards are twice as frequent. I don't really need that. Leveling the straight flush adds to Constellation at least. The free re-roll wouldn't be bad, but I'm not willing to give up anything to do it. Discarded diamond. Discarded adds chips. Do we give up a 1.5 mult to get more chips? It just doesn't add enough, is the thing. If it were early, I would do it, but it's not early. We're going to play here because we want to get this close to firing. I got 6s. I got 3 diamonds, 2 of everything else. I'm going to keep the club. Turn that into a mult. A pair really is just the worst scenario possible. Though, is the thing. Fibonacci should probably not be what I'm duplicating here. That should be what I'm duplicating. But what do we toss? We're going to be playing diamonds anyway. So we'll toss a couple. And we draw into the full house. Yes, please. And since there are so many 6s, we'll make those mults. We need chips to make it pay off. Good start. Anyway, can't complain about the start. Play here and here. We'll keep the other heart. Not quite halfway. If we go all the way to the end, that still won't fire, though. We can get rid of the 6 and the 8. Try to draw another heart, which we did. Take the flush. Well, getting tight now. We don't have the flush. Getting a little low here. Could try to draw to the queen and give up the 3. If I keep that, now what am I trying to draw? I'm trying to draw to a queen. There's only 1 left, is the thing. So might be better to try to draw the diamond, but there's only 4 of those. Our odds aren't great either way. But, you know, what do they say? Never tell me the odds. But now it's a million miles away. We needed that to fire 1 hand sooner, probably. All we can do here, I guess, is try to draw the straight. And we did not. Did not draw the straight and did not draw the flush either. So we end up with nothing. Not with a bang, but with a whimper we go out. Gave it a run, but nowhere near enough. That was just bad luck, but it's still off a win. I shouldn't sound so disappointed, I suppose. 5 rounds by playing only 1 hand. That's a new joker to me. I don't think I've ever seen that. +2 hand size, -1 hand. Not a joker I'd want very often. Let's have a look at our collection. We did add some vouchers. What did we get new? The magic trick. That was new. We unlocked 2 more blinds. First time we'd seen Crimson Heart. We unlocked the 24th and final tag, the rare joker. We now have all the tags. We unlocked, I think that's the only new spectral. It was. And then some new jokers. Sly, which we saw earlier. 8-ball was new to us. Ride the Bus, which if you get that with the no face card deck, that's awesome. That's about the one scenario where it's a really nice thing to have. Obelisk did a little work earlier in the run. I think that's all. Oh, and then we got True Belay. Kings and Queens given the mults. Of course, we got that on the no face cards deck. Of course we did. So we now have 60% of the jokers, about 60% of the decks. Less than half the vouchers have been acquired. We've used all the tarot cards, all the booster packs. We've seen all 5 editions, all the tags, and 28 out of 30 blinds. On the whole, not too shabby. And that feels like maybe I should not push my luck. 2 wins in a row is a good place to stop. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you the next time John plays Balatro.